Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Endo week day 6. So today is the second last day of Endo week and today is going to be my causes for endometriosis video. So I'm just going to go through some of the main known causes for endometriosis. Obviously this differs from person to person and obviously the actual cause is actually unknown. These are just some things that can cause endo. Obviously, as we don't know the cause of endo, we can't have a cure for it because we don't know why it happens. However, these are some things that can cause endo and could be the reason why you are suffering with it. It differs from person to person. However, I thought I'd make this video to sort of educate people on what can actually be a cause for endometriosis. So the first one is retrograde menstruation. This is basically when blood flows backwards into your tubes and that carries endometrial cells back up into your pelvic cavity instead of being expelled through your general cycle. And then these cells stick to the walls of your pelvic organs where they grow, spread and cause endometriosis. So this is quite a well-known cause, although very hard to tell if you have this. However, that is a cause that is known. The next one is immune system issues. Is just what I've called it, which is basically with the immune system of a woman or some women allow endo to develop by failing to stop or control endometrial growth, and so therefore it grows, sort of like overgrows. So think of it like a garden. You don't have a gardener come and trim the garden and control it, then it's going to just grow into a jungle, and that's sort of how the endometrial cells work. If they're not managed by your immune system in some cases, then that can cause them to grow and spread, which can cause endometriosis, especially if they begin to grow outside the uterus and all over your pelvic organs. That is obviously not good, but it's obviously they've not been managed by that growth. The next main cause or factor in endometriosis is women who have a first degree relative, so a mother or a sister who has endometriosis. Often they can be undiagnosed. For example, I didn't know anyone in my family or my immediate family who has endometriosis, but they're more likely to develop it, and my doctor says even sort of secondary family members, so cousins, aunties, grandparents as well, because they share similar DNA to you and therefore they can also have the genetics to cause endometrial growth. There's also some other factors that can cause endometriosis. These are not necessarily causes, but they are factors that can cause endometrial growth and endometriosis in the long run. So obviously heavy bleeding during or between your cycles, especially if they're lasting more than 5 days. This is soaking through tampons, pads. This is very heavy bleeding, not just a normal sort of light cycle to a heavy cycle to back to a light cycle. I'm talking 5+ days of heavy cycle or bleeding mid-cycle. Your first period being before the age of 11. I'm not 100% sure why that is. I'm not sure if that's because there's a longer time for these endometrial cells to grow. I'm not sure if it's because your body's maybe not fully developed enough before the age of 11 to cope with all of those cycles. But that is supposed to be a factor. And also having very short or very long cycles. They say cycles less than 27 days and over 32 days are considered short and long cycles respectively, and obviously having those cycles means that your body doesn't have the time to shed the uterus correctly. If it's a short cycle, it doesn't have the time to completely shed and rebuild new uterine walls and all that sort of stuff. And obviously if it's a longer cycle, it might be that there is, you know, excess time for it to grow, for lack of a better way of putting it. So sort of completely opposites. Obviously there is no exact cause, like I said, for endo, although many women suffer from it. Most, you know, doctors and that suspect genetics do play a big part in it, which is why if you do have family members that have endo and you suffer from similar symptoms, they do recommend you getting checked out. as soon as possible if you're having those symptoms. We need to really get more research and more knowledge on the whole topic and on the illness itself before we can actually determine a cause which will create a cure. So I thought I would just make a quick video sort of going through some of the things that can cause or factor in endo. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be back tomorrow for the last day of endo week, and tomorrow's video is going to be tips on conceiving with endo. Please excuse the brightness. The sun has just come out from behind a cloud, of course. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new to my YouTube channel, please don't forget to click that little red subscribe button to be notified for new videos. Obviously, once endo week is finished tomorrow, I will be back to my normal 3 to 4 days a week schedule, mostly mummy and lifestyle, but also touching on endo health as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the last day of endo week. Bye.